And we'll talk about Krishna a little bit. Why does he come? What's the plan? So, I was listening to a class the other day, Srila Prabhupada. I think I talked about this last night, a little older again, because many of you weren't there. And he was at a university, I believe, in Boston, in like 1970 or something like that. And so one of the students there asked him, have you ever seen God? And Prabhupada said, yes. And he said, when? And Prabhupada said, always. Always. So the point that Prabhupada made is that how can you not see God? How can you not? Because everything comes from God. Everything. Everything is part and parcel of it. So when I look at something, this microphone, this is also Krishna. This is Krishna's energy. So Krishna is everywhere, but I'm not looking for him. Because I'm thinking, well, I want some face looking in my face, and I'm making a demand. No, I want to see God, so God should make him come up, make your God come up there. So I'm making God demands. God show up and be like this. And Krishna's like, you're looking right at me. You're looking at me. This whole cosmic manifestation is me. The Supreme Lord is not just a bunch of planets and a bunch of atoms, earth, water, fire, air, ether. No, he also has personality. And so once we start to learn a little bit about the personality of Godhead, that personality, especially this personality, Krishna says, I am the Supreme Personality. Krishna has unlimited personalities. You can't put limits on God. And so Krishna says, me, this Krishna that you're looking at, I am the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I have so many identifications, but this is my supreme one. And so once we associate this personality that Krishna has with this eternal form of his, we start to see him everywhere. When something happens to you, is it just a what do they call it, happenstance or accident, coincidence? The more we believe in God, the more we understand God is the supreme controller, well then how can we believe in accidents? God is such a controller that he can control everything that's happening, every blade of grass that's waving, anywhere in the three worlds is under his control. See, he's that potent. So there are no accidents. But that doesn't mean that everything that you do is controlled. You have free will. You can do as you like. And that means if you like to, if you want to do something that may not be the better thing for you, it might be a mistake, he allows you to do that. Why? Why does he give us free will? Anybody?
Because free will is a necessary element for love.
Without free will, how can there be true love? If I love you, if I'm afraid of you, and I think, oh, I better love him, I better show my boss that I love him or he may fire me. You know, we better show this or we better show that. Forced love, that's not true love. Krishna is not cheap. God is not cheap. He doesn't have to be cheap. He wants the real thing. He wants your love, and he wants you to volunteer it. So how can we volunteer our love to somebody that we don't know? You know? I mean, what if there's a guy in, let's say, Seattle, Washington right now, and his name is Bob Smith, and he's a software engineer. Do you love him? No. You don't know what he looks like. I don't know what he likes. Maybe he goes to, everybody up there goes to Starbucks. That's where Starbucks came from. One of my godbrothers, after he got out of school, he was in Seattle for a while. He said, it's cold and rainy a lot up there, and most people hang out in coffee shops. You know, it's what they do up there. So we can assume that this Bob Smith probably drinks a lot of coffee and hangs out in coffee shops, but I don't know enough. I don't have enough information to love him. So if you're going to love God, then you're going to have to get to know God, right? I mean, this is just common sense. We're not making this up. This is, we can understand how this works. So, what do we love about those people that we love? What is it that about them that attracts us the most? It's their persona, their qualities. You know? They have such good qualities. We all have some bad qualities, but the good qualities outweigh the bad. And so therefore we know this and we know that about that person. And so we form some love based on who they are. You see? Not how much we're afraid or how much we're in awe and reverence. Awe and reverence and love don't really go hand in hand. You know, love is voluntary. It's inspired. I see you and I think, oh, what a wonderful, delightful person. I'm inspired to love you. You don't have to plan it. It just happens, doesn't it? So this Krishna consciousness, our movement, is a movement where we're trying to get people to learn about the personality of Godhead. If you learn about Krishna, you can't help but love him. And as you start to love him just a little bit, it's so potent that it starts to grow and grow and grow. It's like suddenly you find yourself in a situation that's conducive to the development of spiritual life. It's like in the wintertime, of course there's not much grass in Arizona, but in other places in the world, there's this green stuff that grows out of the ground and it's called grass. And even here sometimes in the parks we see there's grass, we water the grass. And so when late fall comes, the grass is no longer very green, it turns kind of brown. It's not dead. It's just that the elements are not conducive to it being healthy and flourishing. So it goes dormant. It's still alive, but it's dormant. It's like it's sleeping grass. And so our love for Godhead is like that. It's not dead. It's not gone. It's just sleeping. So when we get together like this and chant Hare Krishna together, we start to discover the affection and the love that we have for one another. Now, as we're associating with the holy name and associating with those who are attracted to the holy name and associating with those who are attracted to God, now we're in a spiritual environment that's conducive for spiritual development. Our love for God becomes, what's the word for undormant? Awakened. Yeah. There is a word undormant, isn't it? If there's not, there should be. What is it? Your love for God awakens. It's just sleeping right now. So it wakes up. But we have to get together like this. And we have to take some time, not only congregationally, we have to take some time individually to associate with God. Through His holy name, you can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You can chant that by yourself. You can chant that loudly. You can chant it very softly by yourself. You see? But you can, as you chant this name year after year, you'll find that the name never leaves you. It'll be always there. If you chant it enough, it's praise. Yep. That's what we call the sweet spot. We want always this chanting Hare Krishna to go on. It's like we have our computers have programs that work in the background. It's on and it's working.
Yep.
And it's doing its thing, but we're focused on something else. So chanting Hare Krishna is like that. It gets into your head after some time. It's always a sweet melody somewhere, either in the background, and it's ready to pounce forward at any minute, ready to come out. You see, so that means you've come into a spiritual environment that's conducive to love of Godhead. You're associating with people who are chasing love of Godhead. And we use each other's energy. You see? It's like in, I've never been to one of these, but what is it, NASCAR races?
I've been
where the
to 10 of
cars
them.
go 200 miles an hour on a track. And sometimes one car is going real fast. He's doing 200 miles an hour, and the car behind him is like this close. It's called he's riding his draft. So the draft that's coming off of that car in front is helping to pull this car. So we are doing like that. We're riding each other's energy. You have affection for Krishna. That makes me affectionate for Krishna, which inspires others to be affectionate for Krishna. And it comes out to where that just happens to be the way you live your life, being affectionate for Krishna. When we get to that point, we can see him involved in every aspect of our life. We actually realize that we're working in a partnership. Krishna not only is fulfilling my desires, he's anticipating what my desires are. By the time I have a desire, he's already made some solution. You see? So therefore, we all like to get together and delight in talking about Krishna's pastimes. Especially today, we're going to talk about his appearance. So, approximately 5,000 years ago, how many? You probably know the exact number. It's down to the hour.
5,033, 5,000, some element of 30.
5,000.
30 something.
Yeah, that's close enough. So, about 5,000 plus years ago, Krishna appeared as himself. He didn't come as someone else. He came as himself, the way he is eternally in his home, Goloka Vrindavan. So he came here. Why? Why would he come here? Why? I mean, he's got a wonderful setup. Can you imagine? I mean, I often think that people like Bill Gates and Elon Musk, they probably have a really nice place to sit down and read and rest. They probably have a really nice house, nice yards, and a swimming pool almost as nice as yours. The house is very wonderful, but Elon, he might have you beat.
He doesn't have a house right now.
Oh, he
He
does.
sold his, yeah.
He's homeless.
Homeless.
It's like if you're unspiritual, they can say that you're homeless.
Homeless.
I thought that was pretty funny. So, yeah, Krishna has a very wonderful place to live. And he has very wonderful associates to be with. Radharani is there with him, all of the gopis, unlimited servants, loving servants. So, how could he leave that and come to this earthly planet? Does he leave it?
No.
No, he brings it with him. His associates come with him. Well, he turns this world into wherever he steps is Goloka Vrindavan. He doesn't have to leave. It's like if you have to go on a business trip, you have to leave this wonderful house. And your family may not be able to take them. You wind up in Denver or someplace in a hotel or, bed and breakfast or what's that thing that they do? They have now the Airbnb, something like that. So, but Krishna doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to leave his loved ones in his home. It all descends with him. And so Krishna comes here. He brings everybody with him. His brother, everyone comes. And so he comes here for your benefit. And plus he wants to have some fun. He wants to have a little fun. He wants to do things that he can't do in Goloka Vrindavan. He wants to be a big hero. There's no danger in Goloka Vrindavan. Vaikuntha is a place where there are no difficulties. So if you're never in trouble, Krishna doesn't have to come and save you. In the material world, you can be in trouble. This is the opposite of Vaikuntha. This place is full of trouble. Even when things are going well, there's still some difficulties throughout the day. And so Krishna comes here to help you with your difficulties. Nobody in the spiritual world is having difficulties. The only difficulty that the liberated souls feel in Goloka Vrindavan is, how can I serve Krishna better today? Yesterday I made Krishna some kheer, and he loved it. He thought it was fabulous. So today he's asking me to make kheer again. I want it to be even better. How can that possibly be? I'm in anxiety. I want it to be better than it was yesterday. So this is the anxiety of love. You see, love can cause anxiety, but it's a state of anxiety. So Krishna comes here for you. He comes here to associate with those people who need some help at that particular time and place. And he came to change things. We were going into Kali Yuga. That's not good news. The world was in control of some really not so good people. And so Krishna wanted to come and annihilate the miscreants and elevate the saintly persons so that we, 5,000 years later, would have a better life. I mean, things are kind of topsy-turvy right now. Can you imagine how bad things would be if Krishna hadn't come? What if that same dynasty had been in control? Kali Yuga would have gotten off to a bad start and would really be in a bad situation right now. Life would be a little too challenging. It's going to get more and more challenging as time goes by. So I want to read a little bit. Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita, I'm going to read some verses here. 4th chapter, 6th verse, and probably end up with the 9th verse. So Krishna says, Ajo peace on of Yaya. Well, I have a reading disorder, so sometimes I have to stop and wait for the words to be still. Bhutanam Ishwaro Pisan Prakritim Swa Aditsaya Sambhavam Atma Mayatyaya. Excuse me. Krishna says, although I am unborn, and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Now, he comes in many other forms. Krishna can come in any form he wants. He can appear anywhere, anytime he wants. Can you imagine? You might have been on a bus with Krishna. He's sitting right next to you once. You didn't even know it. It could be. Huh? But he says, every millennium I come in my true original form. I come as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You see? By my internal energy, I still appear every millennium in my original transcendental form. Yada hi dharmasya, vanya bhavati bharata, abhidhanam dharmasya. Now, Pre-Janmastami. Excuse me, I've got some mucus here. whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So Krishna is saying, whenever and wherever there's a decline in religious practice. Well, that sounds like today, doesn't it? We can see just in the last 10 years, look how things have changed. The world has gotten more demonic. You know, every time there's an election, it seems like we take a step down. You know? There's almost, I gave a class a couple of weeks ago. I forget what the subject matter was. It had to do with peaceful. So I asked ChatGPT, in the last 500 years, since Lord Chaitanya, has there been any peace in the world? Have we had any time without war? No. 500 years. Now, we could go back further than that, but I thought, let's just take, since Lord Chaitanya came, and we had peace in the world. Somewhere in the world, there's war. So, war's not good. It means bombs going off, buildings falling, people getting killed and hurt. This is always going on somewhere, you see. So with this decline in religious pursuance, why doesn't Krishna come today? Have you thought about that? I mean, isn't he due? He's here 5,000 years ago. I think it's probably time to come again, you know? I'm going to check let me check my calendar with my calendar keeper. Is Krishna coming anytime soon?
I was just looking.
It seems like he's due. So we'll get to that in a minute. So Prabhupada says in the purport, he therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. There's always some form of religion, but there's always partial religion, fake religion. It's like the world is full of news, most of it is fake. You know, a lot of what people tell you about the gossip mill, it may be based a little bit on truth, but he's got all this other garbage mixed in with it. Politics is the same way. A little bit of truth and a bunch of garbage. Regardless if it's this party or that party, this country, that country, it's the same pretty much worldwide, isn't it? Politicians are politicians. Some people, everywhere you go, you're going to find somebody who loves the current person who's in charge, the current president or whatever. And you're also going to find people who really hate that person. And this is the nature of the material world. This is the nature of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada says principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. You deviate from scripture, you're behaving irreligiously. One who always adheres to bona fide scriptures is considered a saintly person. You see, it's like we see people in all religions. Those who follow their scriptures to the letter are saintly people. Haven't we noticed that? We notice many Catholics. I've known many Baptists, Muslims that follow the scriptures to the letter. They're almost like saintly people, isn't it? Like in Mayapur, some of those Muslims that we associate with, really, really good people. You know, I have an apartment in Mayapur, and I had some work done. Oh, I had an air conditioner. I had 3 air conditioners installed. And a Muslim fellow came out with his team and installed these. And did you meet that guy? He was there cleaning my air conditioners. Yeah. But he and his team were so professional and so nice to deal with. You couldn't help but think some woman raised this man properly. He was polite, honest, did impeccable work. You know, they're living their kind of, like a saintly kind of person. He dealt with everyone around him very kind and gently, you see. And you can see this is someone who is following some bona fide religion. This is what following the scriptures will do. It'll make you a saintly person. Any questions or discussions at this point before we go? Yeah, keep dying around you.
Why does Krishna ever leave the planet? Like, why doesn't he just continue to stay here and kill all the demons and keep everything in check?
Well,
Okay, for now.
you know, he's gonna,
Blood's going.
you know, it's like when you learn to ride a bicycle. You know, the child gets out on the bicycle and he's riding. And the parent, the father is usually behind holding the child up. So at some point, the parent's gonna let the bicycle go and let the child ride on his own, you see. Now the parent is there any minute, you know, probably running alongside to catch him. But at some point, the child is gonna ride on his own. So, it's like that. Krishna comes he's like, gives us training wheels to get us back on the spiritual path. And it's a training for us to become spiritual, you know, to develop spiritually. So that if we're going to be a servant of Krishna, we're going to be a servant of Krishna whether he's here or whether he's back home. We're going to continue to be a servant. So he doesn't need to be here. He's here through his representatives. He's here through you. He's here through you. Well, he lives in your house.
Yep.
I mean, look, he's got the most prominent room in the house. He's come here and he said, I like this place. I think I'll live here. I like my servant. You see? So we could say, well, he's left, but has he left? He's right over there. You know? He has his representative here who gives him a place to eat and sleep and do his pastimes. I wonder what the deities do when we're not looking. You know? Yeah.
I was thinking one other point in that is that Krishna doesn't have to appear personally to kill demons. He can lightning bolt or, you know, war, he can do anything. So he's not really coming to that, he's coming to love the devotees. And that's his own pleasure, so he comes for his own pleasure.
He wants to show everyone, look, I've come to save you. Remember there, I don't know if it's still popular. When I was a kid, there was this cartoon, Mighty Mouse. Do you remember that? You familiar with Mighty Mouse? He would be singing, here I come to save the day. You know. Well, this is Krishna. He wants to be the hero. He is the only real hero. Or he's the most hero. So, they don't need a hero in Goloka Vrindavan. But he comes here to be the hero. He even sends his devotees to come here to take birth as demons so that they can be really big, powerful demons so that he can come and fight them and save you from that demon. You see? So, yeah, he wants to have this pastime. He wants to give you pleasure by saving you. You know? Can you imagine how you must feel? You ever had anybody save you? Like somebody's gonna rob you or beat you up and someone steps in and saves you? Have you ever had that? Yeah. It's not very common. You've had that? Yeah. So when you look at that person, you say, thank you for saving me. You know? So Krishna wants to have that rus with you. He wants to, I'll save you. I am your beloved Lord. You are my beloved servant. So I want to demonstrate my love. I want to share a loving relationship by me saving you. You see? So Krishna does that. He's like that. Paritonaya sadhana. Vinasaya sadhuskrita. Dharma samstana. Antarctica. Somebody, you gave me to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion. I appear myself millennium after millennium. He wants to come and do that. He wants to demonstrate that I am here to help you because I love you. I want to instill love in you. I want to awaken your dormant love for me. So he comes. He comes millennium after millennium. Prophet says, as far as the atheistic are concerned, it is not necessary for the Supreme Lord to appear as he is to destroy them, as he did with the demons Ravana and Kamsa. The Lord has many agents who are quite competent to vanquish demons, but the Lord especially descends to appease the unalloyed devotees who are always harassed by the demoniac. The demon harasses the devotee even though the latter may appear to be his kin. Although Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakasipu, he was nonetheless persecuted by his father. Although Devaki, the mother of Krishna, was the sister of Kamsa, she and her husband Vasudeva were persecuted only because Krishna was to be born of them. Just because Krishna is coming to take birth, Kamsa wanted to kill his sister. Just think how bad things are now, 5,000 years into Kali Yuga. So Lord Krishna appeared primarily to deliver Devaki rather than to kill Kamsa. But both were performed simultaneously. Therefore, it is said that to deliver the devotee and vanquish the demon miscreants, the Lord appears in different incarnations. Krishna likes to be your hero. He's your dearmost friend and ever well-wisher, and he likes to show you. Why? I love you so much, I've come all the way from my wonderful home to kill this rascal who's harassing you. They're giving you trouble. You're my beloved devotee. They're giving you trouble. I'm going to give them trouble. I want to show. I want to demonstrate my love. So if we understand this, at some point we say, yes, Krishna, I appreciate very much that you want to demonstrate your love for me. And because of this feeling that you've awakened within me, I want to demonstrate my love for you. I don't know how. I want to demonstrate. I want to show you how much I love you. So then Krishna empowers you. It's like he empowered the building, this decorating of this altar. I could have never thought of that. Are you that artistic? Did you help design this?
My life.
Yeah, and you can tell she's got, you're empowered by Krishna to serve him. Very creative. Men, can you imagine your wife saying, could you decorate the altar? What would you do? Like 3 balloons?
Just her and my son, they
Yeah.
decide on.
No, they have the desire, and so Krishna, from within, empowers them. Oh, you can make it nice like this. We're empowered to do it differently. So Krishna says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, the avatar or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation, and the particular form of the personality of Godhead who descends is called an incarnation or avatar. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatar. Unless you go to the movies and then they have fictional characters and they call them avatars. This is Kali Yuga. So, and even, isn't there something you can do on your Facebook or some program where you can have an avatar of yourself?
A lot of things.
Huh?
A lot of things.
Yeah, so this word avatar you can see the definition, has been materialized. It's all watered down. Well, I can have an avatar of me. You know, you can see it on my Facebook or some social account that I have, my avatar. And then they're making a movie avatar. So the whole meaning of avatar means something entirely different from reality. But just the nature of the material world. It's not unusual. We see that everywhere in the Holy Book. So, but when they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatar. That is when Krishna comes. That is an avatar. So this is an important point here Prabhupada makes. The Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because sometimes people may wonder, like we were talking earlier, things are getting pretty tough. We could go into a third world war any minute. Price of gas is going up. The economy is teetering. It can go good, it can go bad. You know? We all saw what happened in the pandemic. All of a sudden, the supply lines broke down. Things got scarce. Food could get scarce. This could happen at any minute. There are miscreants in control of the world everywhere you look. You see? And so, one may wonder, why doesn't God come now? He came at the beginning of Kali Yuga. We need him now. Well, 500 years may look like a long time to us, but 500 years in the scope of eternity is not even a nanosecond. Krishna came 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya. He came. 4,500 years into Kali Yuga, he decides, I'm going to come. And I'm going to give you what I like to refer to as a get out of jail free card. I'm going to give you, I'm going to come and be with you in the form of my holy name. So all you have to do is chant my name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
And there I am. I'm with you when you say it, when you vibrate that. Even if you just think of it, I'm there with you. So if you chant this holy name, you don't have to do all of these heavy austerities. You don't even have to study all of the scriptures. If you chant this holy name, it's as good as if you have memorized all the scriptures. It will give you everything because it is Krishna himself. The whole purpose of religious life is to have love of Godhead. Chanting the holy name gives you love of Godhead. So in this Kali Yuga, we are embraced by the holy name. We can give people Krishna just by sharing the holy name. So when we go out on our Harinam Sankirtan, we're giving Krishna to everyone. Many of you just got back from LA Rath Yatra. How many people were there, do you think? How many people? You know,
More than 10,000.
more than 10. Yeah, I would say more than 10. So there's, probably 12, 13,000 this year, because they say it's more than ever before. And I think it was 10,000 last year when I was there, so whatever. So, all of these people got a big dose of Krishna. Not only could they see Krishna and his brother and his sister writing on these magnificent parts, but the holy name was chanted for hours. You see? And so Krishna is here in this Kali Yuga, and he wants to inspire love of Godhead in the hearts of anybody who will just lend an ear to the chanting of the holy name. So, close with some questions. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
I have a question. You said you're speaking about how we have to know Krishna to love Krishna, and I agree with that. But then you said, you talked about Bob Smith up there in Seattle, at the coffee shop. And we said, we can't love Bob Smith. But then at the same time, we also hear in our philosophy that we should love everybody, love every living entity. So how are we supposed to make those things work?
I don't even know Bob Smith is there. There's a guy on the other side of that fence right there, that wall. I'm sure he's a pretty nice guy. And if I could get around him, maybe there's something about him that would inspire my love. So I have to have some familiarity. I can understand that I have some love for all of Krishna's parts and parcels. I don't know where they are. You see? I don't know where they are. So we should love every living entity. But we have to associate in one way or another. We don't even have to associate on a favorable basis. We should be able to feel love for all living entities just because they're there. They're parts and parcels of Krishna too. So, for me, I've got to get a little closer than Seattle to somebody to get to know them. So in closing, I want to read one last verse. Janma karma te chate vidyam evam yovidita jatva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sarvana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode over human. Just by understanding what we've been talking about for the last 45 minutes means that you will not take another birth. Krishna says, you come home to me because you understand the nature of my appearance in this material world. So, all right. Thank you all so very much. Am I finishing on time? It's so hard for me to do something.
Hare Krishna. Now everybody is free to dance and chant.
Yeah.
Shravanam is the first process of devotional service. Now is time for Kripa.
Hare